have non-appropriated funds, but you don't wanna do that because you wanna know what they're wanting to spend and anything.
Correct.
So I don't know, that's the part I don't,
Have you gotten an estimate from the
that's what I don't
prosecutor?
know.
We have not.
Just through the end of the year, and that's about
Sure.
40,000, but,
Yeah.
you know, I think the majority of us have kind of rattled around the idea that, you know, it could be up to $1 million, and,
That
Yeah.
40,000 is not for any of the trial.
no,
All the
that's
supplies,
just,
that's-
yeah.
That's what he said was.
Well, it's for record keeping, digital media, that type of thing, and the security to keep it,
This is all pertaining to the trials?
I believe so.
yeah.
Oh, this is in the same.
I don't know, I thought that's what he said.
I believe it is.
Office supplies, witness fees, transcripts,
You know, all that stuff is for anticipation for that trial.
And the
The
biggest
other thing you could
expense-
maybe do is, in the county general and have a line and just state, I'm gonna bring up $1 million, that you have $1 million earmarked for that
From
from the county general.
just from county general.
And then we create a special line that's just having
Well,
the,
So,
but I don't know if that's legal.
The way I would like to do it, and just kind of talking out loud, is, I mean, we have departments within county general, auditor, prosecutor, blah, 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 blah. If we just have an Abby and Libby trial, it's not fun, but a department, and then, because I think that we need to appropriate, you know, witness fees, transcripts, payroll, you know, defense attorney, like all of those things, so that we understand how the money is going, and that we differentiate between normal operating expense and extraordinary expense from the trial.
I'd like to talk to Jackie and see what she suggests.
Within county general.
Huh?
You're gonna spend it all out of county general.
Yes.
That's,
So when I turn, see, that's another thing I have to talk to TLGF about, whether, I mean, I'm gonna have a department that I do not report next year.
Yeah, that's a concern.
Well, I think that'll all have to be an additional, officially done after the first of the year. But it, like, so I guess, I don't know if we can ask you to do this, but I think the sheriff's office, the prosecutor, and the judges, we need to, the council should make a formal request of those departments to develop granular budgets for the Abby and Libby trial, so that we can seek to appropriate those after the first of the year, and we can discuss that. The mechanism of that after the December meeting to be acted on in January.
How do you know,
do we, I mean, would they even have any clue or
Well,
idea of what it may entail?
Sheriff, prosecutor, and the courts.
right, how do you fund those lines then?
Well,
Not
so
doing
I'm not
additional.
sure what you're saying. How do you fund them? I'm not sure what your question.
How do you anticipate what the cost is going to be to know
I
what
think
to
you
put
just
in the
keep
line?
funds in it, I mean,
Exactly,
So you
I would say that, you know, we foresee that, you know, this is a fluid situation, right? But we're trying to say that these are the known knowns, we will have a defense attorney, we will have witness fees, we will have this, we will have this.
Right.
How much it's gonna be is going to be an ongoing maintenance
Yeah.
from
I would
this
foresee
body,
each-
but we have to say that this money is here today and it's available for use. If something else arises that's outside of the scope of these known line items, then let's have that discussion, but like especially for the defense attorney, which I assume that, I know we are gonna have to pay for, we don't want that coming out of the normal defense fund,
Right,
because that is going to completely give us zero information about how those funds were used in 2023.
And I like the idea also of differentiating, you know, okay, we follow this and witness fees and transcripts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There may be travel time if there is a change of
well,
venue,
there's
Yeah.
going to be.
you know,
Well,
yeah.
and we have no idea, and if, I mean, I would encourage, and I've had these conversations with the departments in question, like, I mean, we cannot tell them how to do their job, we don't know their jobs at a granular level. But you've got, those departments need to be able to tell us, this is a contingency, if this happens, then we will need this. I mean, I can't think that stuff up, I don't think anybody here can think that stuff up, but like, this is all gonna happen very rapidly, and, you know, I think Eric can speak to this, you know, as an attorney, like, this could go, I mean, if he asks for a speedy trial, I mean, all of this could happen in 90 days. So, I mean, you know, 90 days is a blink of an eye for this body.
70.
Yeah, exactly. 70 days, yeah. So, I mean, think about, I mean, so, like, if we had the Abby and Libby murder trial in 70 days, think about the amount of work that would have to get done, and the amount of resources that it'll take over 70 days, and this body typically would take 60 days to advertise.
That's my concern, like you talk about it being a fluid situation, how are we gonna anticipate how to fund those lines without having just papers and papers of transfers, additionals?
My suggestion, because the DLGF has been down this road many times with smaller counties, remember, if it's Marion County, it's a rounding error to them to have another major trial. With us, it's not, it's a big issue. DLGF has been down that road with many counties over 150 years, so I would suggest that make that phone call first to answer that question. Second question is, what are the estimates, and I think the prosecutor is probably in the best position to start that conversation, because he'll reach out to the sheriff or whomever and make that determination.
To save a lot of
And Jackie.
he said after she makes that call to the enterprise, to possibly just have a meeting with all three of them and have some kind of, as soon as
So ask them
possible.
to do it in the budget, is that still on there?
Yeah, and I would suggest that you just ask the prosecutor to be the point person, the prosecutor, then pull in whoever, seems appropriate.
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, who knows, I mean, we may have to, I mean, like, this is just me spitballing, right? I'm not an attorney, and I didn't stay in Holiday Inn Express last night, but if we have a murder trial in a month, or in 70 days, it will take everything that Nick and Shane have to do that. So who's gonna go to
Who's gonna
court
run the
for
county?
all the other things that office has? I mean, and you don't just go out and buy or pick up off the shelf prosecuting attorney. You know, I mean, so like,
He's had conversations with, I think, Jerry Bean, who was a previous assistant prosecutor
Yeah.
we got here. And others that,
yeah,
you know, will do, I don't wanna say the light work, but the lighter
something.
material.
To keep the,
Right,
the
but
office
all of these
going.
are new and extraordinary expenses that we don't have a line item for, we don't have, like, we have to name them, fund them, and have it ready for utilization.
So with the holidays approaching, and I say we set a meeting right now, have Beth call it and invite Nick to come and within the
I
next
need
couple,
to
3 weeks.
Be able to get me answers and stuff, and I might not get them right away.
When you
I
have by
think he just
December
said
fifth,
time is of the essence.
we're gonna have a meeting coming up where we're
We
gonna,
need to have it separate because this is something you don't wanna rush through and
What?
our meetings are long enough.
I mean, we could have it that afternoon, the afternoon of the fifth.
yeah.
I mean,
Wanna sit
if they,
meetings all day long.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, this,
Well,
I
I think
mean,
the first thing is to get the estimates from Nick,
Well-
and that
well, I
way
mean,
be able to
the meeting's the
at
fifth,
least.
our meeting's the 15th, so, I mean, we're saving 10 days. I don't know, that's,
Yeah, maybe we just do it on our meeting, the 15th. Cause then, by then, Beth will probably have the answers we need.
I mean, I'll have it whenever,
Make it, I mean, unless you have.
how long do you think we
make a
need,
motion.
Beth?
I just
I
heard
really just
time
don't
could be
know.
of the essence from our attorney, it could be 70 days, so I'm just saying it needs to move as soon as
Well,
possible.
you can always have a special meeting if you need it.
Well, let me, can anybody not make it on the fifth? If we had it, fifth in the afternoon? Fifth and the 15th being our two possible dates?
After the offer.
Yes,
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
I can make it.
You wanna,
Yes, I was supposed to, I guess I will not go to my conference
phone call or an email or,
It's a
Sure.
phone call.
huh?
It's a phone call. They'll have 2 or 3 people in that office that dealt with it in the last 5 years in counties where
I mean,
have
they'll
similar
see how
situations.
this is,
Yeah,
This is not,
motion to set a meeting after the December 5th meeting.
Well, the December fifth or the
or
fifteenth,
the.
Or the-
those are the two dates for the commissioners, correct?
Well, if this is so important,
It's
maybe we
just,
should just
it's
have.
just us.
Just,
No, but those are the 2 dates for giving to the commissioners.
Right, we're already
The
here on the
prosecutor and the
15th.
judges, and then we're gonna make a prosecutor, and he'll bring in who he wants, and
So what time would we set that for?
after the other
Why
meeting.
can't we put it on the 15th agenda?
Tracy seemed to think it was maybe urgent, I think it's in conflict with whether we have it, so
Yes.
if we
Let's
have,
do it.
if we have the information and everybody's available, then we can have it moving 10 days early.
What I was gonna suggest was if Nick can get me something that, this is what maybe some of the different areas that needs money. I go ahead and advertise it out of county general and other services, I mean, that's all I have to do. It'll be ready for you guys to decide where and when, where it goes.
Okay.
Eric, do you think that's gonna be possible for him to pinpoint where he's gonna need the funds?
he's gonna be able to give you an estimate, because remember, he's doing the same thing, or has done in the past, as you're doing now. Okay, I've got a situation, I've dealt with it, he's made his phone calls, he's talking to prosecutor, counsel, he's doing his due diligence, believe me, so he will be able to give you some idea, sure.
And I probably will email so I can have something in writing.
So we're set on the, either the 15th or the 15th.
Let's do the 15th.
When we're already here.
Let's just do the 15th. Right, Tim?
I mean, we're already gonna be here on the 5th too, so
Not necessarily, that's one of 2 dates that we are
Correct.
giving.
Yeah, it's just a.
it's gonna be on whatever date the commissioners can meet on that one meeting.
We know we'll be here the 15th.
It's not gonna be an extra day.
I'm concerned with Beth's time frame too, like,
Yeah. Well, and prosecutor's time frame. Right.
Well, and that is true, but, I'm down 2 girls, I mean, and I'm already, it's okay, I mean, I will get my work done, but all I have to do is send an email out, but I think getting more information from Nick is gonna be the hard part, because he's busy.
Right, okay.
But Nick's gonna want this money there so he can move.
I understand.
Let's do
Cause we
that.
could sit here and do nothing and just wait.
Yeah.
But I think we should not do that.
But if he gives us an area, let him work on that and advertise it, so, I mean, if you advertise it tomorrow or next Wednesday, it's still not going to be ready for the 15th or the 5th. You're not gonna have anything to work with.
Well, I mean, it's a little messy, because, I mean, you're dealing with 22 and 23 budgets. So, I mean, so hopefully
You can have the
I mean,
brainstorm, the discussion without moving the funds.
I mean, I would hope that we could do this all for the 23 budget. Because if we do, I mean, 22 is a mess.
What I'm saying is, you have it advertised for 2023, it can be advertised for 2023, and then you'll be ready to go.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Like, that would be the ideal, I mean, I would think that almost anything they would do, short of payroll, could be paid in 2023, even if they,
Most of it,
yeah. Just my 2 cents.
And you're gonna have those 2 additionals that he sends for on the 15th.
Right, and that's gonna be part of my, like, I mean, I would really like
So who's
those.
contacting you again? She's doing the DLG.
I'm going to ask him to get that budget.
You'll ask me.
And, I mean, are you gonna at least start commit to the,
He said the, I
courts
was
and,
doing
the courts and,
the courts and sheriff
sheriff's
was
office.
saying that, because he said that Nick should be the lead person.
Shoot, my, that's a good one.
My wife. I'll hang
So
up.
is that okay?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, anybody else can do it, I don't care.
I just think
I
it's
just
easier.
figured it would take some work off of your load, if you let somebody from the council do it, but
Go for it.
I'll get
No.
on that.
Okay.
I'll get ahold of it, I'm his rep anyway, so.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, but it's not just Nick, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
I'll
right.
still send it from now on.
Yeah. I mean, we already see a ton of pressure on the sheriff's budget anyway. Now, if he's transporting somebody back and forth halfway across the state, he's got, his choice is, do I hire somebody to do that? Because he's back and forth with regularity.
He informed me there is an organization that does this.
Person transport.
Transports for no charge.
For no charge?
Yeah, I believe it's no charge. It's all volunteer, and they transport in situations such as,
Fascinating.
or
But anyway, I mean,
minimal charge.
like,
It'd be over.
like I said, this is a planning exercise. We need to be in front of it, not chasing it. So.
So you know what you need to ask them then? We're all good?
Move to adjourn.
Second,
Here we go.
Paul already did it.
And then left.
So you want a second?
Okay.
We're gonna hear from you, or we're gonna hear from them?
Both.
So,
Or both?
Yeah.
What's that?
Hear from the council, rest of the council members will hear from both of us concerning our conversations.
And dates?
Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 So they have a silver there. Pretty good. Ex-law enforcement, bad shit. Yeah, law enforcement.
there was unfortunate accident.